Well, this is the specimen in here, electric motor. Okay, so how do I turn this on? There's a lever on the left side, so watch this. You see it lights up. Isn't that something? Lights up. This needle right here does nothing. This needle does nothing. It's this needle that moves. Now there's a couple of different ranges here. You see this knob? So right now it's set on 4. So what is the capacity of this machine the way that it's configured right now? See these little windows here? The maximum is 1,000 pound-inch. 1,000 pound-inch or inch-pound. Okay, so once the needle goes from here to here, the needle at the 3 o'clock position will be at 250 inch-pounds. At the bottom it's 500 inch-pounds. At the 9 o'clock position, 750 inch-pounds. So this is the setting that I wanted to be on for today's lab activity because we're only going up to 1,000, right? Is that what it says on the worksheet, up to 1,000? We're only going up to 1,000, so this is an appropriate range. The 12 o'clock position is 1,000. What if I wanted to subject the specimen to higher than 1,000 pound-inches? Well, then I could switch to a different range. So range number 5. Okay, now the capacity is only 500. Now the capacity is only 500. And you notice that the numbers in these little windows changed. If you're up close, maybe you can see that. So now the 3 o'clock position is 125. The 6 o'clock position is 250. 9 o'clock position is 375. Okay, but 500, that's less than I need. So range setting number 4, that is exactly what I need because the capacity is 1,000. What about range number 3? Now the capacity is 2,500. 2,500 pound-inches. The 3 o'clock position is 625. The 3 o'clock position. The 6 o'clock position, 1,250. Okay, range number 2. Now the capacity is 5,000 pound-inches. So it goes up. The 3 o'clock position, 1,250. So if I wanted to use this particular range for the activity that we're going to do today, then I'd only want to take it to about the 2 o'clock position, which is 1,000. So in this range setting, this right here, see this portion of the gauge right here? That's 1,000 pound-inches. Okay, now number 1, range setting number 1, now it goes up to 10,000 pound-inches. So that's the absolute capacity. The absolute capacity, 10,000 inch-pounds or pound-inches. And the 3 o'clock position is 2,500. The range for 1,000 is this little pie in here, this little slice in here, this little slice of the pie. Okay, so I want to use range number 4, and 1,000 would be all the way around. Okay, so range number 4. Going home?
See you later.
All right, see ya. Okay, so we will be using a range number 4 for this. Okay, what do I have to do next? I don't have my checklist on me. Anyone print out the checklist? That guy who just walked through here was Lab Tech Greg. He keeps all the tools back there. Yeah, Lab Tech Greg, if you ever need a wrench or a hammer, just ask him. He's got all the tools back there. The keeper of the tools. Okay, so what's the next step? Got the checklist? Turn it on. I turned it on. I set it at the proper range. Did I plug in the 2-arm Wheatstone bridge? I did. Oh, and on here it's telling me that loading is in this direction. See the arrow? So remember upstairs I was confused. Okay, now it's telling me the arrow. The arrow is telling me that it's going in this direction. Okay, so I turn on the strain indicator box like so. Okay, did you catch that? Okay, make sure it's set on 2 arms. Okay, I want to get the needle in the null position. Remember how to do that? Okay, so how do you work this thing? This is called the loading dial. Okay, if I turn this, I add load to the specimen. See me turning it clockwise? So what should be happening here is that big needle should be moving, adding torque to the specimen. How come it's not doing that? The motor isn't running? How do I turn on the motor? I thought I did turn it on. There's a lever over here. And you see this button that says load? I have to press that first. Okay, so I press load, and then you see the little red light turn on? Okay, watch this. What's that sound? So if you ever drive a Tesla, is that what the sound? Is that the sound it makes when you press the gas pedal? Okay, so I'm pressing the gas pedal on the Tesla, and it makes that sound, right? So this is not a hydraulic machine, unlike that one we used last week, which was hydraulic. This is an electric motor. There's no hydraulic fluid here. Okay, so I'm taking this up to 250, right? Oh, oops, I went too far. 250, that's at the 3 o'clock position, which is back here. I went too far, so how do I unload it back to 250? I have to press stop and then unload, and then I turn the loading dial until it gets back to 250. Okay, well, I would have stopped at 250, but we haven't taken any strain readings yet, so I'm going to take it back down to 0. So I'm unloading it entirely. See this? Unloading it entirely. And I'm going to take a 0 reading. A 0 reading. Okay, so this is usually as close as I can get to 0. Okay, so stop and then load. I am going to put the appropriate number in there. The appropriate number is 37990. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to the audience out there. The 0 reading with 0 inch pounds is 3,790. So 3,790. That's micro inches per inch. Okay, so now when we add load to the specimen, the little black needle is going to move. Why does it move? Because it messes up the Wheatstone bridge. The Wheatstone bridge will not be balanced anymore. Okay, so I need a volunteer to come up here and turn the loading dial such that this needle moves to the 3 o'clock position. Yes, sir? What are you doing? Okay. You don't mind being filmed, dude? Is that okay if you... Okay. Yeah, that's clockwise. Oh, stop it. Or close it. Okay, you went a little too far, so now press stop, and then press unload, and then turn it clockwise. Try to nail it exactly at 250. Oh, okay, now stop and then load. Is that good enough for you? All right, 250. Now, can you take a strain reading? Okay, so you know how to turn that little, you know how to turn that strain measurement wheel so the little black needle gets in the middle? Well, I say it's exactly between, so 409 or 5. Okay, so at 250, 409 or 5, thank you. 409 or 5, so at 250 pound-inches, the reading is 409 or 5. Okay, and I should have mentioned, be careful not to bump these wires because it's kind of sensitive. It messes up the Wheatstone bridge when those wires are bumped. And so I probably should not have it on a cart that has wheels. So be careful with that. Okay, so the load button has been pressed because the little light is on. So the next stop will be the 6 o'clock position, which is 500 pound-inches. So I need a volunteer to turn the loading dial and bring it up to 500. Madam, is it okay if he films you? Okay, so I turn this knob until it gets to the 6 o'clock position. Is that close enough for you?
Yeah.
It is? Well, you're a little bit farther. A little bit farther. I'm looking at it from an angle. Okay, that's good enough. Now, can you take a strain reading?
How do I use that? I've never used it.
Yeah, turn that big black knob. Turn it. Yeah, okay, so turn that. Okay, faster. See it moving? So put that in the middle. Yeah, a little black needle. And what does it say in the window?
4350.
Okay, 4350, thank you. So at 500, 4350. Okay, the next stop is the 9 o'clock position, which is 750. That's right there. Okay, so who wants to take the loading up to 750? Anyone on this side? Sir, will you? Okay. Well, you don't mind being filmed, do you?
No.
Okay. Now, for those of you sensitive about being filmed, you can volunteer in a week when I'm not filming for this class. Which I guess would be next week because I'm alternating. Okay, thank you. And then can you take a strain reading for me? Everything okay back there? All right. Now that's a secret room back there.
4605.
4605? Okay, thank you. Yeah, that looks good. 4605. Okay, next stop, the 12 o'clock position, which is right up here. 12 o'clock position. Now what happens if we accidentally go beyond 1,000? The machine conks out. So whoever does this has to be careful not to overshoot, because if you overshoot, the machine conks out, and I don't want to restart it. Okay, so I need someone to bring it up to 1,000 without overshooting. Sir, you'll do it?
Yeah.
Do you care if he films you?
Yes.
It's okay if he films you?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you. Now can you take a strain reading? Air compressor releasing air down there.
Okay. 4870.
Okay, 4870?
Yeah.
Okay, that looks good, thank you. 4870. 4870. Okay, we're almost done. Now we have to take readings on the way back down. So the next stop, 750. Next stop, 750. I want to take this down to 750 pound-inches. Okay, but before I do that, I have to press stop and then unload. But anyway, I want to go stop and then unload. I already pressed stop. Okay, so unload. So I need a volunteer to take this down to 750. So who's willing to do that? And you don't mind being filmed? Did you volunteer last week?
Yeah.
Okay, any new people? I should have been asking that before. Are you new? You haven't volunteered yet? Oh, well, the guy behind you. Sir, you can do the next one. So, sir, take this down to 750. There will be plenty of participation opportunities this semester. Just I'm trying to spread out the work right now. You don't mind being filmed, do you? No. I should have asked you before. Okay, 750. Now, can you take a straight reading? My battery level okay in there?
4580.
4580, okay, thank you. 4580. I charged the battery last night, so I should have a lot of juice in there. Okay, we're still on unload. So I'm going to take this down to 500. Oops. 500, so that's the 6 o'clock position. I think I moved it a little bit when I bumped it with a dummy needle. Okay, so, sir, did you want to take it down to 500? You don't mind being filmed? Okay. Okay, now can you take a strain reading for me?
Needle.
Yeah, so you're turning the correct, yeah, turn it in the other direction. Turn it in the same direction you want to move the needle. So yeah, other direction. In the same direction you want the needle to move it. Yeah, it's not moving yet, so keep going. Yeah, see it moved? Now you want that in the center position, the null position.
4330.
Okay, 4330, thank you. Okay, next stop, 250, which is the 3 o'clock position. Sir, did you want to do it?
Sure.
Okay. And you don't mind being filmed? Okay. It's on unload. A little bit closer. A little bit closer. Okay, good enough for government work. Okay, thank you. Now can you take a strain reading? So later on we're going to send this data to Boeing and they're going to design the next Dreamliner jumbo jet with this data. So it has to be really accurate.
4075.
Okay, 4075. Okay, sure, I'll go for that. 4075. Okay, next stop, 0. 0. You don't mind being filmed? Okay, so take it down to 0. If your camera is shy, next week I will not be filming in this class. Yeah, that's probably as close as you can get. So even when you open the loading dial all the way, usually I can't get any lower than about 6. So it settles down to 6 pound-inches. So sir, can you take a reading? So usually at 0, I just cross it out and put 6 there because there is a little bit of load that I can't seem to get rid of at the very end.
3785.
3785, okay, thank you. 3785. So we can't just leave. We have to shut everything down, right? Yeah, we have to shut everything down. So turn this off like this, huh? Did you catch that? Okay. I like to press the stop button. Okay, just so that neither load nor unload is activated. Stop. Okay, and then I'll move the dummy needle back to the 0 position. And then there's a lever over here that I use to turn off the machine. See that?